and unpause. Alright guys, so welcome now to game number 5 between TyRanT Warlords and Civs. This is the 5th point to play for, and it's a best of 3 in deathmatch. The first team to get 2 wins in deathmatch will get the 5th point on the board. And so up to the northwest of the map in the blue, we have got TyRanT playing as the Japanese, and his teammate down to the west of the map in the yellow, we've got Jidba playing as the Persians. Jidba we've not seen so far in this tournament in play for the TyRanT Warlords, but Jidba is the TyRanT player who is from Greece. He is the best deathmatch player in the world. He has the most deathmatch experience, I would say. I want to say he's the best deathmatch player in the world. It's disputable, but he has won more deathmatch tournaments than anyone else, and he is on the Warlords team. Now, on the other side of the map, at the northeast of the map, in the green, we've got Yu playing as the Japanese, and down to the south, in the red, we've got Pity Memory playing as the Persians. Just a little bit of information for you. Jidba is just a huge deathmatch. I cannot even just explain. He, at one point, in the top 10 best deathmatch players, he had 6 accounts in the top 10 because he's just that good. He just kept making accounts and kept getting them into the top 10. No one could beat Jidba. Just insane. I actually think I played a game against him a long while back and had my ass handed to me. It was quite interesting. But Persians and Japanese mirror Civs, get hyped because this should be a really fun, fast and exciting game. Very different to the random map games that we've seen so far, and so it should be a lot of fun to watch. So Jidba here going for those quick castles, and of course the whole thing with the Persians is to get those war elephants, get those halbs, and get those siege, not the siege, I guess the heavy scorpions, the siege heavy scorpions out to back them up. That's the real race here, and the first one to get the most scorps and the most camels, not camels, sorry, most elephants usually is going to be the one to do the most damage. So Pity Memory, Jidba both moving out. Jidba's opted to go for paladins, Pity Memory, whatever you want to call them, going for camels. They're both running past each other. Paladins versus camels, we know who's going to win that one, but the camels, they're going to run straight into the castles at this rate, as they both bypass each other entirely. And, well, it looks like Jidba not even going to be going to memory here. He's just going to send those paladins straight over to you. And we've seen this a few times in the past, where the Persian player sends a few initial paladins over to the other team or the other side. Now, memory's camels here, this is a really good timing actually, because the camels will cut through these paladins. They will cut through the elite war elephants pretty quickly. Bonus attack against cavalry works very well, and actually that was a pretty good engagement for memory there, taking down 3 or 4 war elephants and quite a lot of camels as well. But the downside comes when he gets in range of the castles and they one-shot his camels. So I think memory here, a few too many camels at the moment, and Jidba just has to sit back and get the scorpions out, and those camels will fall very quickly. But Jidba at the moment just working on his siege workshops at the moment, and sticking up all those town centers on the extra resources. And this is something that Jidba does. Jidba will basically put a TC on every gold pile on the entirety of the map if he gets that opportunity. He'll give it a go. So anyway, in the north, Riot doing a fantastic job against Yu over here. Obviously, Jidba supporting with some paladins, and Yu unable to get his castles up over here, unable to get these barracks working as well as he'd like. They're already on fire, and Yu is like really falling behind now. Riot with those champions as well, and memory now forced to send some units over to support this. We've got elite war elephants coming up to basically hold Riot off, and that has to happen here. Otherwise, Yu will be out of the game. So at the moment, Yu is on 59 population, Memory is on 62, Riot is on 142 with those Arbalest, with those heavy scorpions and champions. It's a really potent combination. Champions in front and Arbalest and heavy scorpions behind. It works very well, and well, Memory coming in with the war elephants to ruin Riot's day effectively. And the war elephants will just cut through this like a hot knife through butter. I love that saying. It's a good one. But Pity Memory sending most of his army up to the north, whilst Jidba just masses up the rams, the siege, and the elephants. And he's pushing forwards now. We see all those town centres going up as well. Lots and lots of eco being built very quickly here. But Jibba taking that hill, pushing up, that castle being, or coming under fire. And suddenly the red player has nothing in defense, really. Just a few elephants, and he's outnumbered. So whilst they are pushing Riot back in the north, Jibba's been able to build up in the south. But Riot bringing his troops back, trying to keep them safe. And those war elephants getting very close to the siege here. Doing a fantastic job. I think Riot probably going to be switching into Halbs, and there's mass Halbs coming through now. But a war elephant will kill multiple Halbs before it goes down. And Halberdier, yeah, they're a good counter to them, but they're just not enough. You cannot mass enough Halbs in this situation. So those elephants really pushing this back, buying you some time to breathe. And Yu is trying to rebuild and get back on his feet effectively, quickly building his eco up. And these Psy guys seem to be pretty good at deathmatch, actually. They're really holding quite well for now. And in fact, the red player here especially, not doing badly at all. Just 14 population behind Jidba and Riot at the moment. So we got a quick wall off on the top of the map, and we got trade coming up here very quickly as well. Important to get that going, and that's already running nicely for both teams. But the team wall from the TyRanT team seems to be in place already, with team wall from the Psy B team coming up at the moment. I'm quite impressed by this Psy B deathmatch. They seem to be doing a really good job. Riot though, a lot of trebs here, a really big pushing force. I'm a little bit concerned. On his left flank, Memory's got that wall up as well. Nicely done. And Jidba, it's like he's slow to get rolling. But once the ball is rolling, he is all over it. Lots and lots of eco for Jidba. He's got the largest eco so far by about 20 population. Not the largest military, actually. He's really overshadowed by Riot. And Riot at the moment is just owning it in the north of the map. Like, seriously owning it. That Treb falling very quickly from Yu. Yu's down to 6 military units at the moment. And he's trying to make as many as he can, but he just doesn't really have the production at the moment either. Trebuchets, you know, disassembling, reassembling, taking down the next castle and moving forwards. Riot is a machine, and nothing is going to stop him at this rate. Mass war elephants in the south though. And you've got to absolutely love the elephants in action. They're so good, just like tusking each other to death. It's great. Someone needs to let a mouse out or a pig out, whichever one it is that scares the elephants. And I think it's mice, isn't it? And watch them as they all flee. But Piety Memory really holding his own very well over here against Jidba, which is very impressive. But Jidba taking that score lead now, and it looks like he does have the military advantage over the red player as well. Not to mention the fact that Riot is just dominating in the north. And if Yu was on the same level as Piety Memory here, I feel like this could be a different story altogether. But yeah, Japanese Trebs are just fantastic. And they're just dominating everything here. Just look how quickly they just deploy. I know this is fast speed, but they are fast. And they are just... I love this. I love this. Just quickly up and down. Accuracy, just bam, 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 bam. Everything's down. And Riot's just showing no signs of stopping in the north of the map. Jidba and Piety Memory, just mass elephants. No scorpions here. And that's something I'm very, very intrigued by. Usually you see a lot of scorpions. Memory going for the mass monks though. He wants some conversions. He wants to put a stop to this madness. And he will get a couple of conversions, no doubt. He will get a couple of conversions as well. But Jidba does seem to be overrunning him slightly. But hey, the monks popping out pretty quite quickly. Monks are just one of the best counters to war elephants. Essentially the best. Because you convert a war elephant, you get so much value from your monk immediately. And it switches hands. The problem is, microing them is very difficult on fast speed, very difficult with lag, and most of those monks are going down before they have the opportunity to actually get any conversions, which is a shame. Riot now coming in to raid that trade line. Unusual to see samurai raiding, but there you go. They're in the trade line there. And Riot's actually population blocked at the moment. The red players pop blocked as well. It's just amazing to me how quickly players build up. But Jidba has got him on the back foot. And Jidba has got the largest military at the moment. Well, a larger military than Red, anyway, at that point. Riot's still steamrolling through. taking down those buildings, deploying castles, rebuilding. Those heavy scorpions just too good, man. They are fantastic, and there's no way you can even get near to that. Arbalest and heavy scorpions will just wreck those samurai. And we got more castles going up for Riot right here as well. I tell you what, if you have enjoyed these games, you are going to enjoy the TyRanT Warlords versus TyRanT Legends so much. I cannot wait to see this happen. I mean, it's going to happen. TyRanT Legends versus TyRanT Warlords. It is on the horizon in a few weeks' time, after Christmas, probably in the new year. But it is going to happen. I just cannot wait for that day. It's going to be so much hype. It's going to be so awesome. So anyway, yeah, all these troops just deploying, wrecking everything, and Yu is down to 4 military at this point. He's got 125 eco, but no military left whatsoever. Memory, I'm just amazed he's still holding out here against Jidba. And I feel like Jidba is not on form as I've seen him in the past. This doesn't seem to be the Jidba that I've seen in the past. He'd be all over this, but Yu is GGing out, and I don't blame him. The green player here just could not hold his own, and with one entire flank going down, it wouldn't have been long before Riot would have reached this trade, and that's the crucial thing. Stopping the trade. And although red player was doing great, he was holding out against Jidba, which is really impressive. That left flank was okay. He couldn't really spare the military to go and send them over to help out his teammate again. He'd already helped him once. He can't help him twice in a row. And the green player, unfortunately, just unable to hold his own against the might of Riot there. Not actually seen Riot really play deathmatch much before, but I know he has played a lot of deathmatch in the past. And Riot is, like I said, an incredibly fast player, demonstrating his deathmatch prowess right there. So let's go then to the next game, as this is a best of 3. We'll load that one up, and let's have a look right now. So down to the south of the map, in the blue, we have got Riot playing as the Mongols. And his teammate, of course, down to the southwest, or southeast of the map, sorry, in the yellow is Jidba playing as the Huns. So we got Mongols and Huns mirror matchup. This is going to be great. Up to the north of the map, Yu playing as the Mongols, and on the left of the map, we've got the Huns. Pity memory. So get on the Siege Onager hype, because Siege Onagers will probably be coming into play as we are watching the Mongols here. And I tell you what, I love watching the Mongols and the Huns. They're one of the best combinations of Civs in this game, I feel. Especially on like Arabia. Mongols and Huns, they're just so fun. So fun to watch. I've had many enjoyable hours of watching the Viper and Jordan play Huns and Mongols. Hassan and LeBlanc playing Huns and Mongols. And so here we go. This should be a lot of fun. We're going to see a big mix of units. We're probably going to see a switch into Mangudai pretty quickly by the Mongol players. We're going to see that combination of Haubs, Paladins, and perhaps Cavalry Archers as well for the Huns, topped off with Siege Rams. And it's just going to be exciting to see. You quickly getting up those 3 castles, building those stables for the quick camels early on. Same for Riot here, but getting quite aggressive with those camels actually. And the game seems to be a little bit jittery. There we go, nice and smooth again. And Piety Memory building that castle on the hill. What's he doing? Riot's got him right on the defensive. He could take that village down really quickly. And Piety Memory here, those quick paladins are out. But he's losing a few villagers, and the purpose of this really big, suicidal, almost heavy cavalry rush is to basically kill as many villagers as he can, and he's doing just that. Piety Memory down to 7 villages. He's got least villagers on the map at the moment. Jidba, 75 population. He's already well ahead of everyone else at this point in time, and he is pushing in to the green player, trying to, again, dent his ability to produce units. But those camels got a good surround on the paladins there, and Jidba, yeah, that's a big army. That mix of paladins, heavy cavalry archers, and halberdiers is so good. Forward siege workshops and castles, and this really fast early aggression buys a lot of map control as well. Piety Memory's coming right back at Riot though, but Riot's already got this Mangudai out. That 2 castles up for him, and we're seeing that first castle coming up for you, that second castle now, and the third as well shortly following. So you getting up those castles very quick. That's going to help to defend, and he's going to be able to start pumping out some Mangudai. Mangudai already on the field for Riot though. Of course, we know the Mangudai beats the Cavalry Archer one-on-one, and with support with support of camels, with support of siege onagers, it's going to be huge. And there's the first siege onagers being queued up, so siege onager hype is very much real right now, as that first one is on the way out. Of course, castles on the hills to secure important areas of the map. And a mad raiding by Jidba in the north. Jidba is all over this, right? Look at this, 152 population versus 43 for you. Yeah, he is suiciding all of his units almost. Just he doesn't care. They can die because he's got so many of them. They're irreplaceable. They're replaceable. Sorry. Memory's coming over though. And once again, Memory is helping out you. We saw this ended last time. Didn't end up too well at all. Thank you very much, Drew Nasty, for becoming a warlord. Very much appreciated. You just became an awesome person. I'm not saying that you weren't already, but you definitely are. So thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the support. Best new subscriber right there. And the chat goes wild, as usual. But Jidba is really owning it in the north here. He's got support from his castles. He's coming in on two sides, getting into the back of the map to stop this trade going up. And the TyRanT guys are all over this at the moment. There's the siege onagers coming out from Riot. And if he can land a couple of nice shots onto these guys at the back, that's going to be lovely. That's just one. If he can get a second, which he might, he will. He shoots, he scores, he kills one unit. That's a little bit disappointing. But yes, massive damage from the siege onager there. Just didn't kill many units with it, but it did the damage. You can rest assured it did the damage. Riot actually being pushed back here, and it's difficult to play as the Mongols. You know, as the Huns, you have to build houses. Your population increases so quickly. Oh, really nice mangonel shots there. Or sorry, onager shots there. So yeah, it's difficult as the Mongols against the Huns because the speed is so much different. The speed of the Huns is just unmatchable because the lack of houses at the start, your population rises so quickly. But Piety Memory here taking the hill. Riot's actually on the back foot, and I'm going to say Piety Memory's deathmatch has been pretty impressive, but these guys hunting down the trade at the back. No trade for you. And meanwhile, Jidba on this front area here, holding on for now. You're continuing to push forwards even. You holding on even with 32 pop. But both Mongol players are falling, and both Mongol players are on the back foot. We've got a bunch of Mangudai inside this castle just waiting to come out. But I think Jidba might have to send some units down to Riot to help out here, by the looks of things. Riot just unable to get enough Mangudai out at this point in time. He's got 30 military versus the 43 of Piety. And there's the Mangudai, gonna hold the hill. He wants to hold the hill as much as he can. If you take this rams down, that's gonna be great. Good move by Riot. Focusing the rams. Of course, those Mangudai have an attack bonus against siege, so they're able to deal with that very quickly. And Piety Memory is gonna GG out. That's gonna be it. And I think Jidba doing too much damage to you on this right side for you to feel like, for side B to feel like they had a chance there. But good comeback there from Riot. Very well done there. Just putting those Mangudai inside the castle, waiting for that critical mass. Popping them out, cleaning up those rams. And when you've got that many Mangudai on a hill, you just die. Everything just dies. And suddenly, Piety Memory went from having about a 20 military population lead over Slam to having nothing nearly. Riot even. Just holding the hill with the Mangudai, just killing everything in sight. So very well played by the TyRanT Warlords, and they will take this series 4-1. I thought there were some really interesting and very exciting games. The first game especially, with Side B getting a win, unexpected and very well played. But definitely better than the 5-0 series that we've seen so many of in the past. And good on TyRanT Warlords, good on Side B for giving it their best shot. And Side B really playing some great games there, even though they didn't quite get the victory.